There is a very specific kind of stress that comes from realizing you need $1,000 quickly, especially when your bank account does not reflect that reality yet. It might be a car repair you cannot postpone, a medical bill that showed up earlier than expected, an upcoming trip, or simply the deep desire to finally build a small emergency cushion so you can stop feeling like one unexpected expense will throw everything off. Whatever the reason, the urgency feels real, and the pressure can make you think that saving $1,000 fast is either impossible or only doable if you make extreme, unrealistic sacrifices. The truth is that most women are not starting from a place of excess time or unlimited flexibility. You may already be managing rent or a mortgage, groceries, family expenses, subscriptions, debt payments, and everyday responsibilities, so the idea of suddenly finding an extra $1,000 can feel overwhelming. When you look at your monthly income and your regular bills, there does not seem to be a clear gap where that money is just waiting to be collected, which is why the goal feels heavier than it actually is. But here is the part that changes everything. Saving $1,000 fast is not about doing one dramatic thing. It is about stacking several realistic moves at the same time. It is about combining small cuts, temporary adjustments, and short-term income boosts in a focused way for a limited period, instead of trying to permanently change your entire lifestyle overnight. When you approach it as a short sprint instead of a lifelong restriction, it becomes far more doable. What we are going to do in this video is break this down into clear, simple actions that you can actually apply, even with a busy schedule and real-life responsibilities. No complicated spreadsheets, no extreme budgeting challenges, and no unrealistic promises, just a practical strategy that works in the real world. If you're serious about improving your finances in a realistic way, take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment $1,000 below so I know you're committed to reaching this goal. Before we talk about tactics, we need to define what fast actually means, because this is where many people either get discouraged or set unrealistic expectations. Saving $1,000 in today's without preparation is unlikely for most households, but saving $1,000 in 30 days with a focused plan is completely different. When you give yourself a short, defined window like 4 weeks, your brain shifts from panic mode into action mode, and that alone makes a difference. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to find $1,000 in one place, as if there is a hidden pile of money somewhere in their budget waiting to be discovered. In reality, this goal usually comes together through layers. A little from cutting expenses temporarily, a little from selling things you no longer use, a little from adjusting spending for a few weeks, and possibly a little from extra income. When you combine multiple small moves, the total starts to build faster than you expect. It is also important to treat this as a short-term sprint, not a permanent lifestyle change. You are not redesigning your entire financial life right now. You are focusing on one clear objective. That means you might temporarily pause certain expenses, cook at home more often, delay non-essential purchases, or redirect money you would normally spend on convenience. Because it is temporary, it feels more manageable, and because it is focused, it works. Another shift that helps is separating needs from timing. Some expenses are necessary, but not urgent. For example, you may want new clothes, a home upgrade, or a weekend getaway, but those can wait a few weeks. By simply postponing certain purchases rather than eliminating them forever, you free up cash without feeling deprived. This mindset keeps you motivated instead of resentful. Once you understand that fast means focused and temporary, the goal becomes clearer. You are not trying to become a different person overnight. You are simply directing your attention and your money toward one target for a short period of time. And when that focus is strong, $1,000 becomes a reachable number instead of an overwhelming one. Now let's turn this into something concrete, because saving $1,000 fast works best when you can actually see the path in front of you. Instead of vaguely trying to spend less, we are going to break the goal into smaller pieces. $1,000 over 30 days is about $250 per week, which is roughly $35 per day. When you look at it this way, the number becomes less intimidating and more tactical. Start with a quick 30-minute money audit. Open your banking app and look at the last 30 days without judgment, just observation. Highlight subscriptions, food delivery, impulse purchases, convenience spending, and small extras that added up quietly. You are not looking for perfection. You are looking for opportunities to temporarily redirect money. Even canceling or pausing 2 or 3 subscriptions can free up more than you think. Next, choose 3 spending categories where you will intentionally tighten up for the next 4 weeks. This could mean cooking at home instead of ordering takeout, skipping non-essential shopping, reducing entertainment spending, or limiting online browsing that leads to impulse purchases. The key is being specific. Saying "I'll spend less" is vague, but saying "no takeout for 30 days" is clear and measurable. Then, create a visible tracker. It can be a simple note on your phone, a whiteboard, or a piece of paper on your fridge. Each time you transfer money into your $1,000 fund, write it down and update the total. Watching the number grow keeps your motivation strong, especially during the weeks when discipline feels harder. Progress feels more real when you can see it. Finally, automate what you can. If possible, set up a weekly automatic transfer into a separate savings account so the money moves before you have a chance to spend it. Even if the amount is small at first, automation reduces decision fatigue and keeps the momentum steady. This plan is not extreme, it is structured, and structure is what turns intention into results. If you want to reach $1,000 even faster, the most powerful move is not cutting more. It is adding income, even temporarily. There is a limit to how much you can reduce your spending without feeling exhausted, but income has more flexibility. The goal here is not to start a business or completely change your career. It is to create short-term boosts that move you closer to the target. Start inside your own home. Look for items you no longer use but that still have value, such as clothes in good condition, small furniture, electronics, kitchen appliances, or accessories. Many households have hundreds of dollars sitting unused in closets and storage spaces. Selling just a few items online or locally can quickly add $200 to $400 toward your goal without changing your daily routine. Next, think about short, flexible opportunities that fit into your schedule. This might be babysitting for a weekend, offering a service like organizing or cleaning for someone you know, picking up a few hours of freelance work, tutoring, pet sitting, or using a gig platform for a limited period. You do not need to commit long-term. You only need enough to push your savings over the line. Even an extra $250 to $500 earned in a month can dramatically shorten your timeline. Another overlooked strategy is asking for money you are already owed. This could be reimbursable expenses at work, unused gift cards, cashback rewards, or even splitting shared expenses more accurately with friends or family. These small adjustments may not feel dramatic, but when combined with expense cuts, they create momentum that builds quickly. When you combine temporary spending reductions with intentional income boosts, you stop relying on just one lever. Instead of feeling restricted, you feel proactive. That shift in energy is important because it turns the process from something stressful into something strategic. And when you approach it strategically, $1,000 stops feeling like a stretch and starts feeling like a clear finish line you are steadily walking toward. Saving your first $1,000 fast is not just about the money. It is about proving to yourself that you can take control when it matters. It is about showing yourself that even in a busy, expensive, real-world life, you are capable of setting a goal and moving toward it with focus. That proof changes something inside you. Because once you see that you can create results intentionally, your confidence starts to grow. When you hit that $1,000 mark, you are not just holding a number in your account, you are holding evidence. Evidence that you can adjust your spending, increase your income, make short-term sacrifices, and stay consistent for a defined period of time. That evidence becomes powerful because the next goal no longer feels impossible. You already know you can do hard things. Momentum builds from action, not from waiting to feel ready. You may not feel fully prepared, perfectly organized, or completely disciplined right now, but you do not need to be. You only need to start stacking small wins, 1 week at a time. Each deposit into that savings account is a reminder that you are actively changing your financial story instead of reacting to it. And once you reach $1,000, you will likely realize something important. The process was not as impossible as it felt at the beginning. The stress, the doubt, and the hesitation were louder than the actual steps required. That realization makes future goals less intimidating because you understand that progress is built in layers, not leaps. So instead of asking whether you can save $1,000 fast, start asking what your first move will be today. Open your banking app, cancel one subscription, list one item for sale, or transfer the first small amount into a separate account. Action creates clarity, and clarity creates momentum. You are not behind, you are just at the starting line, and starting is what changes everything. Before you leave this video, I want you to do something simple but powerful. In the comments, tell me one specific action you are going to take in the next 24 hours to move toward your $1,000 goal. It could be canceling a subscription, listing something for sale, setting up an automatic transfer, or even just opening a separate savings account. The action does not have to be big. It just has to be real. When you write it down publicly, even in a small way, it becomes more than an idea. It becomes a commitment, and you might be surprised how motivating it feels to come back later and say, I actually did it. If this video helped you see that saving $1,000 fast is possible with the right strategy, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are building financial confidence step by step here, and I would love for you to be part of it. Now go ahead and comment your first move. Let's build this momentum together.